Nick Hart from Backstreet Boys.
Shout out to Boy Band Break.
It's Chris Kirkpatrick here. Shout out to your podcast, Boy Band Break.
Everybody, this is Howie D, and I'm listening to Boy Band Break.
Hi, Ashley Parker Angel here. Huge shout out to the Boy Band Break podcast.
This is Brad from LFO, and you are listening to Boy Band Break.
Hey, what's up? This is Jacob.
It's Dan.
What's up? It's Trevor.
And it's Eric Michael, and it's time for Boy Band Break, baby. Let's go!
Bam, 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 bam.
Welcome back to Boy Band Break. We encourage you to take a break from your day and join us in some boy band conversation. As always, I'm Cinzia.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Lydia, aka Mama Lou.
Welcome back,
ladies. Welcome back, Lydia. You haven't been on in a while. You've been working on a top secret project that you're not allowed to reveal.
Yes, it's true. It's been crazy. I can't wait till the movie comes out next year. But yeah,
can't wait to see it.
And this is a type of movie that would be in theaters.
It's
100%. One of the other ones,
it's definitely a very big director. So yeah, I signed an NDA, so I can't say a whole lot. But other than
she got to do 10 days.
I got to do 10 days continuity, and now I get one more because they like me so much. They want me back. Hooray!
Woo!
So I'm very happy with that, guys.
We will definitely keep you updated when that movie comes out. Yes. So make sure you subscribe to us, guys. So
yeah.
And this is the first time all three of us are together because I was also sick.
Yes, you were. There's been a lot of back and forth with you haven't seen the three of us together. So here we are, all three.
Here we are.
And a big shout out to Sophia on today's date of that we are recording this, which is November 15th. Which is our 14-year friend-iversary.
Wow!
Oh, wow!
According to Facebook, I don't know.
Where did the years go? Holy crap!
I messaged her in chat and I was like, "Oh, I just saw this on Facebook."
That's so cute.
Happy friend-iversary!
Yay!
Happy 30-some-odd year friend-iversary, Lydia.
Thanks,
no
Cinzia. Okay, you'll notice we're in a different studio. Our main computer has busted. So we're in
that's the end. Yeah. We are in the costume room.
We're in my
costume you'll notice
room.
Lydia's feather fans are behind us.
This is my burlesque fans over here. Right? But yes, and there's a lot more.
There's a lot of can we show this?
This used to be a clean room. It used to
Do you
be
want to show it?
We can, but I don't think they'll really appreciate it. It's all crap.
Oh God.
Oh God, right there's a bunch of weight.
Okay, it's on the move. The camera's on the move. Here we go. The camera's on the move. Here we go.
So yes, there's definitely a lot. I did organize this, and then I think Kenny wanted to install these giant ass monitors and everything.
See how enormous these monitors
are.
Humongous. They are very large.
Here's for scale. Here's my hand. Here's my hand for scale. So you can imagine
it's like crazy widescreen.
That's like 10 times my hand size. Anyways, so yes, sorry guys. So yes, my power supply died. Kenny is currently fixing, so we are in the back room trying to figure out.
We tried some other methods, didn't work. Then apparently different ports didn't work, and
so much fun. My spirit is dead. But as we're here, and we are here. We are alive.
At least you have a backup, right?
It's right, exactly. We have a backup. Fantastic.
We have a backup.
So what did we do, Cinzia?
Well, Lydia, I was also about to call you Cinzia for some reason.
Well,
Cinzia. This is
all right.
So this past weekend, we were in Niagara Falls.
Wow!
To see our lovely Nicholas Jean Carter.
Yes.
So Nick Carter did his only Canadian dates, which very stupid move on his behalf, but his only Canadian dates.
And they sold very well.
Both of them sold out.
Yeah.
So there were 2 sold out shows.
Granted, and we knew it would sell out because Canada loves him. We love him.
We love Nick. So definitely it was cool to see so many of our friends that we've met over the years come to make the trip to Niagara Falls. So that was very exciting.
It was quite funny that we saw no one, and then at the end of the show, we saw everyone.
And everyone was there. So, yes.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that.
We shall.
We're going to talk about day one. So where does day one start?
Well, start at the very beginning. Basically, what we're going to start with prior to day one.
Okay.
We heard that Nick was obviously coming to Canada. This was the second leg of the tour because as we talked about in the episode a couple weeks ago, Leslie and I talked about it. Shout out to Leslie.
Hi, Leslie.
Leslie is the girl that I met in LA when I went to the Aaron Memorial. So I ran into her there. She lives only I thought London was way further away, by the way.
Ontario?
I thought it was like 3 hours away.
It's like 2-ish.
It's like an hour and a half. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I was like, oh. It's like, why am I not going to London more? Because Lydia goes a lot of time to pick up auction things.
I do. I go to, if you guys are into hustling, because you get hashtag bad economy. I do. I pick up things from what's called Encore Auctions. It's probably one of the better auction houses in all of Ontario because they allow returns and they're not sketchy bastards. So what I like to do is I like to buy a bunch of things in the London auction, go pick up the auctions, and then there's also Goodwill bins in London as well, which
I would really like to go one day.
You should go. It's amazing.
Explain for anyone who doesn't know what a Goodwill bin is.
Okay.
First of all, Goodwill is a thrift store.
Yes.
That provides goodwill to people. It makes
the money they make goes towards charitable organizations. Anyways, so essentially a Goodwill
like
store.
A regular Goodwill store is just like a regular thrift store.
And then they have all their little price tags, and they're usually crazy overpriced. And when the product doesn't move, they send it to their bin store, where everything is in a giant blue bin. They get rolled in.
And it's by category,
and
right?
it's by weight.
Okay.
Yeah. So you pay by things by weight, and also by category too, right? So like clothing is like the most expensive, so you pay by the pound, and stuff like that. Anyways,
stuffed animals.
Yeah, stuffed animals, electronics. They got like everything. It's one of those places similar to Crazy Bins where you have to have your wits about you. It's kind of like, that book. What's that book? Where it's like all the children are stuck on an island, and then there's like a pig head.
I've never actually read that book.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh my god!
I know. Soph, do you remember? No, Lord of the Flies. It's very Lord of the Flies, where like you have to have your wits about you. It's like everyone's got their
it's
little,
like every 10 minutes they bring out a bin.
Yeah, every 10 minutes they bring out like a brand new
bin comes out, and then everyone just
everyone converges on it. I mean, to the point where they're security guards now, and to the point where they have to cover the bins with a blanket. And they roll them out, and then they go, aha, like a magician. And then everyone just kind of like jumps and dives and punches. It's all it sounds bad.
Yeah, the bins every day, or is it only
every day? Every single day.
Okay.
And then there's like
and then what happens if the bin doesn't empty? They just bring it back to
They bring it back out, and apparently everything goes to the garbage, but I don't think I think it just cycles through. And then you get your cast of characters. There's like the Napoleon guy, this like short little Indian guy who's very aggressive and always looks for silver. He's just insane, and just like that's the silver guy. And then you have the other, and then you have like the husband and wife teams, and then like the people who bring their baby and they use their baby as a weapon. And it's just, guys, it's a weird place. If you ever want to visit,
in conclusion, you get things.
You get great deals. You get great deals. But
you just gotta deal with a lot of things like
that.
The
best thing that you got from there.
The best thing I got, I got. What did you say?
Wasn't it like a Furby or something?
Yes, I did get a Furby. It was like one of the like really old Furbies, but apparently they are very popular in Japan. So I sold it for $80 on eBay, and it went straight to some man in Japan because apparently the different Furbies, the early Furbies, have different eye colors and they're very collectible. Listen, guys,
they're creepy little creatures.
It's just you stumble into greatness. And then I bought other Furby, and it had the LED eyes, and people were like, "Oh, disgusting, disgusting."
So really, it's a crapshoot.
It's really a crapshoot. It's just so bizarre. But yeah.
Anyways, that tangent has literally nothing to do with
nothing
this.
at all. No.
So that's where Leslie's from.
Hi, Leslie. Go to the Goodwill bins if you have time.
So we prior to the show, I'm gonna add this
prior to the prior
show. So like I guess a week or two ago, Leslie actually came to Hamilton 2 weeks ago because there's a documentary coming out. So anybody who's Canadian, it's really cool. You should watch it if and when it comes out. It's called 299 Queen Street West.
Oh yes.
So it is a MuchMusic documentary. So cool. So they had a screening in Hamilton. It was very expensive, but I wanted to go, but I didn't want to spend over $100 for tickets, which I think is very pricey for a movie.
Yes.
Like, yes, the VJs were there and stuff, but I was like, ugh. And I was hoping we would get free passes through work because it's through Bell, but they didn't give us any. They gave us a discount code, didn't work. Anyways, long story long, I ended up Leslie and I entered a contest and on Instagram, and we ended up winning free tickets. So I was like, score. So she came down, And so as you know, she is on the Nick Carter Street team for Ontario.
I did not know that.
She did.
Wow.
If you listen to our episode 2 episodes back.
I did know that.
I listen, okay, I don't know for all you people. I actually do work on the podcast even when I'm not on the podcast. I do. I just don't listen to the entire episode. I just make sure. Did Cinzia screw up the intro? No? Okay, I'm going to add the end of and then upload.
Last week you forgot to put
the
card.
It did come to Toronto, but it came like September 23rd. It came so early.
Yes, it came the MuchMusic thing. Yes, it came early, and then I ended up not going. I also tried to win tickets for that, but I did not. But that had something else. Anyways. But anyways, it's a really cool documentary. I only started listening to MuchMusic when I was in high school, right? That's when we started listening to music. So I didn't start till like 96.
In middle school with YTV.
You know, I also think our problem is when we were kids, we did not.
Yeah,
well, there's
I know
many
exactly. It all started when I was born.
We're not, man. Anyway, so
our mother.
No, I think you're going to say something different.
Okay, do you want to say it at the same time? 1, 2, 3.
We
Mom made us listen to all the way 50.
Oh, what did you just say?
Mom made us listen to oldies 1150.
Oh, okay, yes. Mom made us listen to oldies 1150, which ironically I now work at the radio station.
It's so ironic.
So we never listened to like young music when we were like in elementary school
because her mom wouldn't let her listen to music. So inadvertently, she passed on that trauma by making us listen to her music.
And we have an older brother, and he was not into music at all. He was just into video games. So he was not a guru of things that are happening. So anyways, when I got to high school, that's when I started listening to boy bands and stuff.
Yes, that's when we had music autonomy.
Yes, and we're like, oh, look at that. So Lydia, I guess, she would have had her start in elementary school because I'm 3 years older. So probably like grade 5, you would still, 5, 6.
Yes.
Anyways,
no, 6, grade 6. Yeah.
So we started listening to music, and then we started, once we heard about music and all this stuff, we were like, oh, let's go to MuchMusic, and we would start going to MuchMusic all the time.
Let's camp out on the streets.
Serial Joe. We have not mentioned them in a while.
I know, it's been a long time.
And so we would just camp out on the streets and stuff like that. So going to see this documentary was really cool. So first of all,
did they talk about you?
Yes.
Oh my god, I knew it! Cinzia was here, and here she is in the audience.
Okay. So anyways, a lot of it focused on the start of MuchMusic, which was in the mid-'80s.
Oh. What?
So it was after, MTV had already been launched. So anyone who's not Canadian, MuchMusic was like MTV. So we just play a bunch of music videos. They would interview celebrities all the time, things like that. Then after, when we were in like college, that's when they started doing all the stupid reality shows and stuff like that. But for the longest part, it was actually like a music station. And
do you remember when we had to fax in our requests?
I was going to say, they had Combat Day clips, which was another thing. So you could there would be 2 bands competing against each other. So you could vote on the phone or by fax. And we had a fax machine in our house.
Our dad was at the height of technology.
So we would fax things, and then they would read our faxes on the air. And we were like, oh, look, it's
Yes, because they always would have papers and this just in.
Yeah.
And so is requesting a song.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So you could do song requests. You could do it was pretty cool. It was very interactive. You used to have these things called Intimate and Interactive, where the musicians would come in and you can
and they would open the
door because it was all ground level. Yeah. So unlike MTV, which was up there, this is ground level. So they would roll up these garage type doors that were glass. So even if they weren't rolled up, you could see in. Mm-hmm. And then there was a speaker's corner. That's where the Bare Naked Ladies got famous. That was in the documentary as well. So basically, it was kind of talking about how we launched this music station in the 80s. The first female VJ, Erica M, was just the receptionist, and they're just like, this girl seems to know a lot about music, and we need a female on the air. Here you go. And it was just kind of they just kind of threw people in, Bill Illich.
It's kind of yeah. Used to be like that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It was very low budget, chill.
Tell me about Will Witchcut.
He actually started there editing videos.
Was he the janitor?
No, he was a video editor and was doing stuff like that. And they're like, you're knowledgeable. Here you go. Go over there.
I thought they're just giving out jobs
Rent the temp.
Now you have to do so many things before you can get the job.
Yes.
You need to be Instagram famous.
So he had worked there for a few years before they threw him on the air, and was like, here you go. Rick the Temp, he entered a contest to be like a temp and like do all the bitch work and stuff. And then it took him 2 years before he got on air, but they would have like little things with him. So
I love how you still Rick the Temp.
I still call him Rick the Temp.
Me too. We all do.
So it was very cool. They like kind of talked about like a lot, like even like different music and all of them, how they weren't specific on just pop music. So they had like Rhapsody, and they had so they had R&B artists. They had all this stuff.
Electric Circus.
They had Electric Circus. That girl. So that was
back in the day. It was so good.
Yeah.
Electric Circus was like a dance show, and it actually used to air in the afternoons.
Which is weird because usually, from what I remember, it used to be at like 12 midnight because it was like after dark.
It was dark. They would have the ECD windows, and they would have the silhouettes of them.
I always wanted to be the lady who danced on the cube. I'm like, oh, that'll be my dream. And then obviously they.
So basically, what happened is they did it for a year in the afternoon, and they're like, this is kind of weird to have dance music. So the head guy, they're like, listen, we need to do this at night. The head guy's like, I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks, do whatever you want, and then whatever. So they're like, we'll switch it to nighttime. And they did, and obviously became a huge hit.
Yes.
So they're like, oh shit, yeah, this is good.
That was like your Saturday night, like, I mean, you were too young to go to the club, but that was like your club. You turn on TV, you're like, oh, stick arms, you're like, yes.
Usually, because when I was younger, I wasn't allowed to go and do the intimate and go to MuchMusic. So the next best thing was to watch on TV. So
exactly,
that's why I really enjoyed the intimate and interactive.
Yeah, you could also call in too if there was like try to get on air. With you. So it was pretty cool. So it did show a lot of like the rock stuff. Erica M was one of the last interviews with Kurt Cobain before he passed away. Like it was like about 6 months. So it was like very interesting, and then they showed the Backstreet Boys as well,
as they should.
It was very popular.
They were one of Rick's first interviews, Rick the Temp. So he was like, "Okay," they're like, "Here's a boy band. They're
Good
new.
luck.
They're pretty big in Europe. Interview him." And he's like, "Okay." He's like, "Okay, sure. They're not going anywhere."
Oh boy!
Then it showed a clip of them like
how wrong he was,
and how they had to like shut down the streets because there were so many fans there and stuff. So it was like
we were the part of that.
Yeah, so I was like trying to spot us. I couldn't spot us. And then they showed, I think they showed Britney. They showed Britney a bit, and then they showed In Sync.
Oh.
And then I was like, I know I was at this. So I was like I couldn't tell if I saw myself or not. Like, I think the camera, Olivia and I were just a little bit off to the side. But I saw this one girl, Christina, that I used to see all the time, like at these events. And I was like, oh my God, I know that girl. So that was pretty fun. So I was like, I need to go in this with low expectations and not expect to see myself on.
I know.
But, pretty cool. There's a problem right now with the documentary, though. So even though it's done and it's good, they actually have some cease and desist kind of thing going on.
Oh, really?
So interestingly enough, how this even came to be, this documentary, is that during the pandemic, people were bored at home.
Yeah.
And they found like their old VHS tapes that they used to record MuchMusic for hours, which we did too.
Yeah, we did.
And they started uploading these clips onto YouTube.
Yeah.
So this director, I cannot recall his name. I believe he's also from the Hamilton area. He found these clips and started doing this documentary, and then he's like, it was very interesting. He reached out to the VJs, and then they were like, no, and then they were like, okay, sure, whatever. Because I guess Erica M also did a podcast where she reached out to the VJs and we were like talking about like the past.
Okay.
So she connected them, and then what's interesting is that it's clips of like interviews and stuff happening and all that, and you hear the VJ voices, but you don't actually see their faces at all, like currently, like you saw them as a kid. So somebody had asked that in the Q&A afterwards, and then he was talking about how that was like a choice that he decided, because he didn't want to show them like in their 40s and 50s now. He wanted not because they were ugly or anything,
but just so ugly,
because people would be very excited to actually just see the visuals. And he's like, when he started calling them to set up these interviews, it was their voices that were like super distinct and hadn't changed. So he's like, so you can just conjure this idea in your head of who these people are and all that.
Because you're back in time, right? When you think when you hear the voice, you're back in time to where you were a kid.
Exactly. So it's very cool.
I guess. Okay.
Sad news that I found out during the Q&A, and apparently I need to pay attention in our staff meeting.
Who's dead?
They actually sold the building. 299 Queen Street Restaurant.
No.
Yeah, that's old news.
Oh.
Apparently, I don't pay attention to these things. I was as shocked as the people beside me.
I'm also shocked.
But
Sorry, I should have mentioned it.
Condos.
Oh, fuck off with condos.
I don't know what they're doing there.
No offense, Trump.
Yeah, I think it's condos because everywhere else is condos, so I don't think that's like a bad guess.
Yes, but I was just like, we got to help out. So, okay. Sorry, I'll remind me Mandarin in a second. So anyway, so then we were like, so yeah, it was just a really cool documentary. The reason why, so the record labels are kind of like going after them, saying that they want to be paid royalties for this, but they're saying it's fair use because these are live recordings and it's a documentary style. So so he's kind of like, he hired some big lawyer from LA and they're kind of working on that.
Okay.
And it's not specifically just for this film, which it is, but it's for like all the other independent filmmakers that they should be allowed to do fair use. And it's so totally true. So
okay.
Originally,
well, fingers crossed. There's good news for him.
Yeah, so fingers crossed for that. And once it's out, it will be on Crave TV. So it's a Crave original.
Fun.
And the other fun fact from this is that because it had such a great response, that Bell Media has now decided that they have all this archive. They're actually digitizing all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Which is amazing. So that will be exciting. So. Not
yes.
how long that project will take, but that would be awesome because we are in a lot of that. We used to go to MuchMusic all the time. We used to get in and stuff.
We used to sleep on the streets, seriously.
Yes. Other fun fact.
Nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed, really. But I actually got to volunteer at the MuchMusic Video Awards like 3 years ago or something, prior to the pandemic, because they needed some extra volunteers from Bell. And I was like, hell yeah. And it was so cool to be like behind the scenes and to look. It's like literally just offices everywhere. But that was kind of like the magic. It wasn't like a studio. It was like, here are some people at their desks working, and now they're giving you a news update. Like, it was kind of interesting. And then when I had checked in that day, I ran into Leslie from YTV, which Lydia and I ran into at the Mandarin. Yeah.
Woo!
We don't have a picture, but
small world.
Getting ice cream. We didn't know.
It's a small world after all.
Yeah, we were at the Mandarin for Sammy and Robin's birthday.
Sammy's
birthday.
It's a small world.
Yes, legit. Small world. So we were there, and I got there before everybody else did. And there was this girl in front of me, and she looked super familiar. And then she went to like wait, and then the lady was like, and as I was processing who she was, the Mandarin lady said, "Leslie, your table is ready." I was like, "That's Leslie from YTV's Hit List." And I was just like, "No, maybe not." And she smiled at me and like walked away. And I was like, so I messaged Lydia and I'm like, I think Leslie is here, but she wasn't in our room. And because she got seated first, by the time we went to get food, like it wasn't matching up properly. So I'm like, maybe I'm just crazy and this whatever. So then Lydia's like, yes, probably. So then like we were getting some food and I looked and I said, I'm like, Lydia, white hat, Leslie. And she's like, holy shit, that's her. So then she was like getting ice cream. And the Mandarin is like a Chinese buffet, Canadian Chinese buffet.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah.
So she was getting ice cream and Lydia's like, goes up, she's like, yeah.
I don't remember what it said.
Excuse me, are you Leslie from YTV's Hit List? And she's like, yes, I am. And, like,
and we're like, oh my God.
I thought it was you. And she's just like, I look like a bum because I just went to my dad's house and he was like, hey, you want to go to the Mandarin for dinner? And she's like, okay.
And she's like, and the last time I ran into fans was also at a buffet. So I don't know why I didn't think I was going to run into fans at this buffet. And I'm like,
oh my God, it's so funny. And then her sister was there and she's like, listen, these girls used to watch me on YTV. And she's like, her sister did not give two shits. It was the funniest.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
But it was like so cool. And I was like, did you?
But that's usually how it goes, right? You're like, sibling doesn't
that's
care
what your siblings are for, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
humble you.
Humble you. For sure. Lydia does that to me all the time.
I do.
I don't know. Probably. But anyway, so we were like talking to her for a bit and we're like saying how like, you know, we used to watch YTV's Hit List and it was such a big thing. And we had met her at Psycho Blast years ago.
Yeah.
Like whatever. So yeah. So, and then she's still in, I think she said she's the producer for that Mary Berry person, possibly.
Yes.
So you know that she's like a cook. She's like a TV Canadian, and she has like fun glasses and stuff. So I think she works on her show. So
that's fun.
She did work at So I did run into her at MMVA. So I was just like, oh, this is anyway. So fun, small.
What a great core memory
with the Nick Carter.
And we're 24 minutes in and we've not talked about this concert. So now we
need to jump
move on. Sorry,
but
the whole reason why
it kind of does because we met them at MuchMusic like long time ago. That's where the music came.
Yeah.
And we saw them.
That is so true.
where did this tie in?
This,
You're like,
this is how I even got. Sorry, this is how
here's
this
the
even
tie-in,
brought.
guys.
So
It's
Leslie
coming.
had come to this MuchMusic thing, but because she's on the street team, she had a whole bunch of posters advertising the Nick
Which
show.
Leslie are we talking about now?
The street
The
team,
one from
Leslie.
London.
Not the celebrity one.
Sorry, I forgot she was also named Leslie. Yes,
I was going to say.
sorry.
There's like 3
two
Leslies here.
Too many
Okay.
Leslies going
Too many
on.
Leslies. Okay.
Leslie from
I got
London.
you. I got you.
I didn't get you. And the
Her
listeners will be
name
like, what
is
the hell are you
Carter-
talking about? Okay.
Well, to confuse you even more, her online name is Carter Less. It's like Leslie Carter, but it's not that Leslie either. So
Oh my
it's just-
God. Okay. The friend Leslie from
friend
London.
Let's call her friend Leslie. Okay. Friend Leslie came to Hamilton and she had all these posters for the Nick show in Niagara Falls.
So she came
So-
to the MuchMusic thing with
Correct.
the intention to give away Nick Carter posters for Niagara Falls.
Yes.
Okay.
So, because she had already put them in like Waterloo and like Guelph and things like that. So other things, because this is the only Canadian date. So on there you could scan. There was a code that you could buy
Does she
the
get
tickets.
paid?
No.
Does she get discount codes?
I think they get some sort of points and they could win some prizes or something.
Possibly
Okay.
a t-shirt.
Okay.
I don't
Okay. All
remember the
right. All
t-shirt. I
right.
don't know. They paid for like the posters to be printed, so she didn't have to pay money.
Very
for
good.
that.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Sorry.
So,
Just
so that she
wondering.
got to design her own poster, and they gave her a QR code,
Okay.
and on there it says you win $250 and things like that. So there's a lot of, that is the contest I had you guys enter.
Yes. Okay. I wondered where that money was coming from. It was all very confusing. But okay.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
So anyway,
Continue.
so each for this particular tour, because they have a new tour manager, they decided they were going to have a street team, and then the street teams in each location would promote the show.
Which is not a new tour manager. It's basically an old manager.
An old tour manager who has come
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
That is very smart, by the way. Like, kudos to whoever that is, because that's brilliant. That's like on
Laurie
the
Knight.
Jordan Knight.
Laurie Knight.
Oh Christ! Okay, too many nights. Continue.
Yes, Jordan Knight from New Kids on the Block
I
is
was like,
managing
man, he's
the
busy.
Nick Curtis
Holy
street
shit!
team.
They all see it's all tying in now.
It's all tying in. Anyways, so we had put some posters around town. There was like some of those bikes that you could rent. She put the things in there, took pictures, all that stuff. So then we saw this MuchMusic thing, whatever. So now we will flash forward to the concert.
All right.
Okay, so what we ended up doing, as we know, is much easier to get 2 concert tickets
As opposed to 4.
as opposed to 4 because you can get closer seats.
Yes.
So I ended up, because everybody was working, I ended up buying the tickets for everybody. So
Thanks for taking one for the team.
Thank you.
I was
Thank you.
also technically working, but it's a
Well,
lot
you
more
can-
flexible.
Michael doesn't know.
You can be on the computer.
I can be on the computer, and I am constantly on the computer. So so anyway, so we ended up getting 2 floor tickets and 2 side stage tickets
Mezzanine.
per night. So not the balcony, but it's like the step up, which is basically the height of the stage, right?
It is.
So
And it's quite eye level, so you got lots of eye contact.
Y'all are sleeping on that. That's my favorite
so
seat in the
that
house.
was a good. The floor seats I got, I picked what I thought were aisle seats. They were not.
Oof.
They were up against walls, so
Oh.
you're very sardined in.
Ugh.
And I feel like when we were on the 3rd row, it wasn't too bad, but when we were on the 6th row, it was way bad. So anyway,
But it wasn't a bad view. It's still pretty good view. And
No,
we still
it's
got
definitely good
interaction.
views.
I got
For
to
sure.
see him from the left and then the right. It was great.
Got a good
I
mix.
got both profiles.
Woot woot.
All right.
Okay, so shall we show some pictures?
Yes.
I guess.
So should we
share
set it
screen
up
and
how
bottom?
it went?
Oh,
Should we
sorry.
set it
Yes.
up?
Sorry. So Sophia was supposed to have an early shift.
Yes.
Did not get an early shift at all.
It was taken
in
away
fact,
from me.
she
Because
was
her boss is
now
so
the,
nice.
the late shift. So Sophia was ending
6
finishing
p.m.
work till like
Let
6.
Sophia tell this part.
Sorry, you tell.
All right, so my shift ends on late shift at 6 p.m. And I was like, well, hopefully the parents pick up and are not late coming. Because, there's traffic, especially in Toronto, downtown Toronto. You just never know. But a miraculous thing happened. All the parents picked up the children early.
Hooray!
Huzzah.
And I was able to clean up the room. I was literally like to my coworker, I'm going to put everything away, just clean the mats. And then once it's over, we're just going to run. We're going to go, bye-bye.
It's a Friday
And
night, man.
basically, yeah, I was like, and then she's like, the fish died. I'm like, I understand you may have saw the fish die. I didn't see nothing. We can worry about this on Monday because I gotta go catch a drink.
I didn't know about the fish.
Yeah.
Oopsie. Okay.
I think the fish has been, I don't know. We dealt with it on Monday. It looked like it wasn't there. I don't know what happened to it.
Maybe he came back to life. Who knows?
It's fine. The kids can hardly see it. It's all good. We got another fish. It's all good. Okay. But I was like, to my coworker, this is not the time to do it. I need to go catch a drink.
That's fair. That's fair. Fuck the fish.
Yes.
All right.
I'm sorry. I just was like, okay, just go. Yeah.
You have
good thing I did because it was just enough time.
It was just enough time.
Just like sprinted on to the...
Yeah. So me and Mom picked up Sophia in Aldershot. Burlington, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Aldershot. Sorry, the Burlington Go. Which is the one in the Walmart Plaza, which is a very nice one. Way better than Aldershot.
Oh, I forgot about
Aldershot is a little... So I'm glad
and then I didn't eat because obviously I just had just finished work and I just had to run to the train. So then I was like, can we please...
Sushi?
Not sushi.
I was like, can we please go through a drive-thru?
Yeah.
Because I'm starving.
So we went to
I
the
got
Mikadana.
a Happy Meal.
The Mikadana?
The Mikadana.
Very nice.
And then we drove straight to Niagara Falls.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh, maybe we can like sit down and relax. And Sophia's like, the time. And I'm like, holy shit, the concert started already. It was like 9:07.
Because you wanted to put a dress on.
Yeah. And I was like, oh.
And I was like, is there enough time? Because I looked at the time and it was like 8:52 or something like that.
Yeah. And we're just like, fuck. So then we had to run to the...
But then we got there at 9:02 and this concert, Nick's part didn't start. So like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, but we already had missed both opening acts.
Although we did
hear in Nashville.
2 songs of that girl, right? We heard 2 songs.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
I think that was that Carly?
That was the Bachelor in Paradise.
Bachelor in Paradise.
Mm-hmm. And I forget the other guy's name.
He just kept taking pictures with everyone. Like he was,
I was like,
famous.
are we supposed to know who this guy was? And then the girl in front of us was like, yeah, he performed. I was like, oh, okay.
So he comes out with his little entourage of professional cameras and wearing like
a leather jacket
and just like a hat and things, and he's just like walking around the crowd.
I was like, why is this random person just walking around? What's going on?
So we saw you guys, and I was like, oh, Sophia always takes pictures with people. Obviously, she's going to take a picture with this guy, and she did not. I was like,
because I didn't know who he was. I didn't see your message till after.
Same.
But they were like taking pictures right in front of you. So I was like,
I thought that lady knew that guy.
I know, me too. I was like, okay, she knows.
I don't know who that guy is either. And I'm just like, what? I'm like, oh my god, seriously. She's like,
and then she
asked to take a picture with you.
Sorry, she was explaining
that. To take a picture.
Yeah, she told us. She asked her to take a picture with him.
Oh my god!
And we're just like, what in the
what? I was
Jesus,
like,
Mary and
so apparently she was dancing during his set, and he saw her. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna go take a photo.
Okay. That makes
it was all very
more
confusing.
sense.
It was very weird. I was like, okay, I guess that's what we do nowadays.
That's amazing.
This is for the Insta. Yeah, I don't know. It was all very bizarre.
Funny.
Anyways, we missed it. Oopsie, but you said we didn't miss much. Because what? Okay, tell us how you got to day one.
Well, let's show our screen.
Oh my
we
god,
haven't done a screen share.
We have not. All right.
So before I say this, a new trend at concerts made famous by Taylor Swift.
I thought Lance Bass, but yes, you're right. That's Taylor Swift.
Bracelet.
Yeah, I really like this trend. That's so nice. Because that's like an icebreaker, right? Like, here, let's trade bracelets, and then you can maybe have a friend for the night.
And I can see.
Okay.
All right.
Right?
Yeah,
I think it's like a fun icebreaker.
Repeat that part because we weren't listening. Cinzia was doing some tech over here. All right.
I said it's like an icebreaker because you're sharing bracelets. You're giving bracelets to each other. It's like you have a friend for the night.
Unless you're a 7-foot tall man, but we'll get to that later.
Well, that's
day 2.
So what are the chances, right?
So basically, I am a procrastinator, and I just remember the bracelet thing like 2 days before, and I was like, I need beads. So I ordered some, and they luckily came like Friday afternoon, and I was like, okay, cool. So I made this first bracelet in the car. So these are actually glow-in-the-dark beads. So I was like, oh, should we, because a lot of people will do like for example, they'll say Taylor Swift and they'll have like song titles and things like that. In Nashville, they had a bunch of like Nick song titles. Nick Nation made some as well. So Lydia's like, we're doing boy band break. So I was like, okay.
I'm like, we're advertising ourselves. We need to advertise Nick. Get out of here.
The fun part about this is that boy band break has 3 B's in it. B is not a popular letter, so I could only make so many bracelets. So anyways.
Yeah.
So there was the first one.
And then sometimes you have to use a P.
That was the one time, and that's on day 2's talk, but yes. But anyway, so it had all these different beads. I made this bracelet for myself, and I actually have it on still.
Very nice. That's cute.
Nick made for us because his new song.
Which is true.
Adorbs.
So there's another boy band break one.
Very nice coloring schemes.
Color scheming.
Wow.
Diane made I Love Nick.
That's cute.
And big Nick energy. And then we thought these clear ones kind of looked like
little dicks, yes.
Little dicks, so
Very
it was
good.
funny. But yeah, so so anyway, so we did that. So then we checked into my hotel, our hotel, which was the Quality Inn Falls Cascades. Quality
Although
being
we
operative
found out
word.
Quality in is not always about quality.
No, it's just not. Unless you enjoy sleeping with bugs.
Okay, that was one bug. But anyways, that's later on in the evening.
Sorry,
we'll not get to
later on
that
in the
part.
evening. My bad. Sorry.
But honestly, it was a nice room. It had a little balcony. It was cute. I was showing them like, hey, this is where you get in through the door. But apparently nobody saw my messages. So.
We saw your message. We couldn't get into the door because
you didn't have
The car keys wouldn't work.
was not working.
The
Yeah,
card. Yes. So
I had to go
I
back
had
down.
checked us in, and I told them to leave the key for my mom when she checked in, and the parking pass and all that stuff. And you almost didn't have a parking spot.
Also, your mom.
Oh no, don't worry. We parked at a crime scene because it was
the crime
off with
scene. We
caution
saw
tape.
there.
I was like, oh my gosh, this hotel. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
And then we were like, can we even get out of the door?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's rewind slightly because originally we were not staying overnight at all. That was not happening. Then my mom was mad at our dad that morning, and she was like, "I would like to go away for the weekend. I'm going to join you guys in Niagara Falls."
Okay, why is it? Please tell me that every time mom is having a fight with dad, we suffer. Camp Kiowa? This Nick Carter shit? It's just like, are you kidding me? Oh my god,
it was fun.
I have a king bed. Anyway, okay.
Anyway,
sorry.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm glad that the truth is finally coming out. But
so I was trying to get snow tires on and getting all prepared. I actually got my snow tires on.
Because you said I had to drive your car, and then you're like, you were mad at me. You're like, you made me change my snow tires. I'm saying, it's
by the way,
November.
I also got an oil change, which was highway robbery, because $175 seems like a lot. Does that not seem like a lot?
Wait.
It's synthetic oil. They did not change the cabin filter.
Okay, and then did they squeeze the valve? Did they do a little valve squeeze? And like, oh, your valve is all gucked up.
I have no idea if they did that.
Okay, they didn't try and upsell you on anything?
No, I was too busy having a heart attack, anxiety attack.
Where did you go to Upper James?
I go to my place in Upper James, and they've increased the price.
You got to go to Mr. Lube now.
I was just like, what the hell?
There's
Anyways,
Mr. Lube coupons.
so I was like, this is unexpected money I did not manage. And then I had issues with things. Anyways, the mom called and was like, hey, we'll stay overnight. So I'm like, okay. So our friends had said they were staying at, so if you wanted to stay at the casino, it was $600 a night. And I was like, no. Especially, like, don't get me wrong, it's a nice hotel and everything. But I've been spoiled because every time I've stayed there has been either with Alan or Olivia, and they get the rooms for free because they're high rollers.
And nobody wants to see Nick Carter?
And neither of them wanted to see Nick Carter.
Bastards.
But then Olivia's like, oh, I would have gone. I was like, I asked you before and you said no. I'm like, okay.
Oh my God.
Anyways, I digress.
Okay.
So anyway, so our friends, Tara and G and Melody were staying at the Quality Inn. I checked that up. It was like $100. Ended up, I was looking at the American pricing. It was about 150-ish, but still all good. So we dropped off. So then Diane was also there, and she was with Josh and Devin, and they were at the Embassy Suites, which was also more expensive, like $300 a night. And they charged $100 for parking. I was like, that's insane. At least the Quality Inn had free parking. Sure, it was a crime scene, but it was free.
I just had to step over one body. It was fine.
Anyway, so we went to dinner. The boys came because you guys were still in Hamilton at this point.
Yes, we were. Yeah.
So we went to the Keg,
Nice.
Falls View thing. So
Ooh.
so okay, so they're all like cheersing their drinks, and I had no drink, so I took Josh's shrimp cocktail and pretended it was a drink.
Good.
Yes. Caesar
That's
salad,
good.
and
Yum.
the bread.
Yum.
This is the mushroom Neptune,
yum.
which is so freaking delicious.
Those
so
are tasty.
Good. This is steak.
Ooh, yum.
And then we had beets, and then Devin is Josh's boyfriend. So in a very serious face, he was like, Josh, I'm telling you this right now. And he's like, what? He's like, you are eating beets tonight. Remember this for tomorrow. So we all laughed at Josh, but who needed the reminder the next day? Cinzia, because I was like, oh my God. I was like, all right, I had beets.
You had beets.
So
Yeah, that's a good point.
Anyway, so there is G and Tara and Melody.
Oh, do you want to say like your mom had a knee issue as well? Is that, or you don't want to care?
Mom had a knee issue.
I just thought it was funny that you're going so fast. Mom.
Oh yeah, because like we were checking in and we were in a rush, right? And she's like hobbling. I'm like, hey, Mom, slow down. she didn't appreciate that.
But in the elevator, I don't know. It was between like laughing and crying, and I don't know. Maybe you're like tired. You just get giggly. And I was like,
the elevator at that hotel was also a very shady, sketchy, a little sketchy.
It felt like the Montreal one.
Yes, but it did
it did close though.
It did close. So there you go.
That's something.
So there you
Sorry,
go.
it was just funny.
So there's our friends in the crowd there. There is Diane with her eyes closed because I can never take a picture with her eyes open. Here's Nick making the funniest. I was like, what is this face? He's singing right now, but it's just very duck face.
Yeah. All right, are we getting into the
So now we're getting
concert?
into the concert.
Okay, I hated this outfit, but
Okay.
I get it.
So at the first night of the tour,
he wears his sunglasses at night, so he needs to wear.
No, she means the whole
I
entire
meant the
outfit.
entire
Okay,
outfit.
let's go back to this outfit.
The
So
white
for
outfit.
those, so it is a white. So those who are not watching, it is a white suit. And then in Nashville, he had a blue shirt. Now he has switched it to the black shirt, and he has like a black and white checkered tie.
If I may interject.
Interject, my friend.
Okay.
Do you want to start from the beginning, like of how I like set the scene for Lydia?
Okay. Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes.
Tell
You
us
know
that
what?
part.
That's a good point.
Okay. So I think it was like 10 minutes before showtime, and I was like, Lydia, I don't know if you're gonna like this show. Like, it's not gonna be like I'm taking off, or when he did Sweat, or a Nick and Night when he did Pony.
Yeah.
Like it's not, and I was like, it's not gonna be like that.
It's not gonna be.
And I was like, what? And you're like, keep your expectations really low. And I'm like,
and then I was like,
and then like the lights go dark.
And then I was like, maybe I shouldn't have told you. Maybe you should see for yourself.
No, I feel like you got to warn ahead of time. So obviously, you had looked at the set list ahead of time, right?
Well, I saw him perform it like the 60-minute sets at Raleigh, North Carolina, at GalaxyCon Raleigh.
Yep.
And he talked about it in the interviews that's how it's going to be. So I was like, oh, okay, I got like a preview of it.
So yeah, so Lydia,
and it's a Who Am I tour of what he likes.
Who I am.
Sorry, Who I Am.
I always get it mixed up.
Who I am. Basically the same thing.
Howie is Who Am I. Nick is Who I Am.
Oh,
I was like, way to be creative, guys.
Isn't Howie Which One Am I?
Yeah, which one am I?
Yes, that is correct. So I was also wrong there.
Oh my god.
Okay, no worries.
Jesus.
There's just a lot of words.
You know, there's I am I don't know these things.
It's basically similar. Anyways, yes. So I was like, this is how he is. He's like cheesy with 80s music, his solo songs, and Backstreet Boys. Because it's over 30 years span.
So basically, yes, that's true. He kept talking about how he was born January 28th, 1980.
Yes.
And for the first 13 years of his life, MTV raised him.
And he's like, but if you guys were in Canada, it would have been Much Music. We're like, woo! But he didn't say
that the second night. No. The first night he said Much Music. The second night he did not. And I was like, this is the one that's being filmed. It should be. So.
I know.
But I was like, but yeah, so basically that's
so I set the stage so she would know.
And I was like, what do you mean? And then I'm like, oh God, I hate it. It was just.
So then I was also like,
Yeah.
We were very tired as well
Yeah.
after a long day.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it because I liked when he performed it in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's basically similar. It just added like another 30 minutes to it or another hour to it.
So basically, if you're not into 80s music, then and you guys were born in 85,
I like 80s music.
or if you didn't know a lot of the songs.
I didn't know any of the songs he was saying. Like, what the hell is this? I'm just like, this is the song you pick? This is the outfit you're wearing? Are you kidding me? That's kind of like where I was coming from. Because, like, okay, I guess
I was dancing to them all.
I know. If he wanted to be totally 80s, get a keyboard tie for God's sake.
That's true. He could have gone a little
You
more
know, come on.
cartoony.
If you want to go full 80s, where
This is almost kind of like a Miami Vice type outfit. I
Yeah.
feel like instead of the white jacket, he could have gone with like the blue jacket or
hot
something.
pink,
Hot pink, something fun.
weird. You know, I'm just like, and the pants were ill-fitting, and I was just like, I just want to see that dick. But I'm not gonna see it because the pants are too big.
There was no dick showing.
There's
Yes.
nothing. I'm just, and I know that that's not how they did it in the 80s. But
God.
come
Oh,
on,
dear.
Bon Jovi or whatever the other one.
Dead
Yeah,
or
The one that's in
alive.
the
Yeah,
labyrinth.
Bon Jovi. Oh, David Bowie.
David Bowie. At least he had like a
I also
fake
like
jacket.
that he did
Something.
that one song from the Breakfast Club. I was like, yes, this was a good one.
That was okay. That was
Yes.
okay. But he didn't
And
even
I
do
also enjoyed I wear my sunglasses at night. That's the fun one.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go through the set list.
We're
I
gonna go
guess.
through. Do you want to do the set list now, or do you want to look through the pictures first and then do the set list?
Well, we have 15
Okay.
minutes.
Well, we
let's
set
just
the
go through.
stage, so now everyone is
Okay, so now that you know, there's a lot of 80s songs, and if you
So
don't know,
much.
and I know personally that if I don't know a song, I feel like I'm annoyed and I don't enjoy it as much.
Yeah.
So when I went to go see Rock of Ages years ago, again, that has a lot of 80s songs in it. I didn't know a lot of them. I was also sitting beside Olivia. Love you. You're not watching this ever, but just
She's a play dementor.
she's a
Cinzia.
play dementor. She sucks the joy out of plays. I
Any
don't know.
play. Any single play you watch with her, it's like
She's like, she
sucks your
does it. We
face
saw
off.
Potted Potter with her as well.
Yes.
She's just like, oh, this sucks. Like, she doesn't like plays, so I don't know why she goes to plays. But anyways, I went and saw it again, Rock of Ages, from like the third row with a whole bunch of coworkers, and it was the second time I saw it. So maybe it was because I was closer, which is a thing that I have, and because I now knew the songs and whatever, it was like easier to sing along and stuff. So I feel like this show gets better if you see it multiple times because now you feel like you know the songs. Personally, in my opinion.
Okay.
I also thought it was good. But anyways,
I enjoyed it immensely.
it's a good show. Yes, this was a good show. What is it my favorite of his tours? Probably not, but it was good and I liked it.
And I will say, maybe not go when you're tired.
That's true. When you're tired, things are
Life is tired. Like I'm just a walking bag of tired. I go to these shows to get entertained, to get a tingle in the vingle. I got no tingle. I got all vingle, man. I don't know.
At one point of the show, I turned around and I saw Lydia on her phone. So I was like, it's not going well.
I was clearing my junk mail, guys.
I was like, it's not going well.
I was just like, what is happening? Okay. So you have to understand both sides, okay? Nick is an artist and he is a person. So for him, these songs are truly personal to him. And he's like, in order for you to understand me better, I want to show you my past, right? And it's really interesting because you'll see that a lot of artists, like the product they create is very different from the music they personally consume. For example, I have a friend of mine. She's from a band called Living Dead Girl, right? She makes alternative, like the rock crazy music, right? She loves Disney. She is all about like the girly life, but yet she's like a rockier person.
okay.
So I'm like, I had to really like.
It's almost like a duality, right? Like
it is. In order for there to be light, there must be dark. In order for there to be amazing pop music, he has to like something that is completely not pop. And I get that. And as an artist, I need to respect him. But as someone who is a consumer of his product, he sells himself. He sells love. He sells I'm a feeling guy. And you know, like, oh, I'm just going to sing to you. You're like, ah. When he sings, you know, private eye, they're watching you. I'm like, what the hell is this? What is this?
As he explained during the show, is that there's a lot of things that he can't really say, so he's saying it through music, and that
this
songs are
so,
like,
so
Christian
he's
messages
saying it
and-
like in a subtle way.
Yes.
So read between the lines.
So apparently one song was about the altercation he had with that woman. And then he sings Private Eye. So I'm like, okay, like, is he like doing private investigations on people? Like, what is this hidden meeting here? I'm very confused.
people are watching.
Or is he watching people?
No, somebody's watching him.
I don't know. Maybe. But
Watching
who
his
could afford
every
to?
move.
Huh?
Right.
I just drove me crazy. It drove me crazy because I'm like, these songs all suck. They all suck. But to him, he loved them. And so if you truly love Nick, you have to like anything he puts out.
No, you don't.
No,
You're
you
an
don't.
individual person. You can like whatever you want.
It just drove me
You
crazy.
don't have to. This was just him indulging in stuff that makes
That's
him
what he
happy.
enjoys, right? Like
I know.
he
I
likes to be
And
different.
there are certain people, like when I was in Nashville, there was this one girl, and she was every single word, and this was the second show, so she
Okay.
could not have possibly known, unless she was at the first show,
Mm.
all of these songs, but she was a little bit older. She looked like she was a fan of the 80s music and stuff, and she was like having the time of her life there.
Yeah.
Because there are some songs that maybe weren't as popular, that maybe were just like, I don't know these songs, and
It's
I
like
feel
a
bad, and I don't want to
B-hit
sing
or whatever.
along or
Yeah.
whatever, because I don't actually know the words. Like,
Yeah,
there was a couple
yeah.
of songs where it's like, do I know this song? But again, I do that with all songs, even the songs I
Yeah.
do know.
Like, okay, I'll give you another perfect example, right? So like outside of this podcast, I do what's called VTubing, right? And I had a poll on my YouTube and being like, hey, what do you guys want, right? And then one of the things was karaoke covers, because I'm like, I love doing karaoke covers. Oh my god! But like all of my, I guess, clientele, I guess you'll call them clientele, 90% of the people who watch my YouTube channel are men, right? And no, there were no votes on the karaoke thing, and I was so heartbroken. I'm like, how come they don't want to hear me sing karaoke? It's because that's not servicing them. Even though me as an artist that's what I would like to do. My product is to kind of service these.
At the end of the day, though,
People.
it's your VTubing.
I mean,
you can do whatever the hell you want.
It is. But I mean, if I'm gonna be showed favorable in the algorithm, I have to do what the people want. So it's a very, very fine line of balance of I am an artist and these are the things that I like. However, this is the product that I sell. And I don't always like the product that I sell, but I know it does really well. So I gotta somehow balance myself, my happiness versus my fans and their happiness. So I think that's where this tour came in. It was kind of like this like weird middle ground of something he's always wanted to do, but it wasn't something that maybe not all the fans super liked. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't just, and like, it really, like, I was like bashing my head against the wall. I'm like, why is he doing this? But I'm just like, oh, okay.
And
I had to understand.
You had turned to me and was like, you're right. I never did like this.
The show?
Yes.
Yeah. It just,
I wouldn't like this. Sorry.
I wouldn't like this. No.
You were right. I wouldn't like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, that's my little rant. Guys.
Others of us like the show, but yes,
Good.
I
Yeah.
understand. And
I still enjoyed the show.
it's still
I
good.
still
It's
looked
good
out
to
in the
see
crowd
them.
and most of them were like
Okay, here's the other problem with casino shows.
casino shows. Yes.
So casino shows specifically, they have two types of tickets. They have the tickets for, everyone who actually wants to see this band.
yes.
And then they have the tickets for the high rollers. So
Yes.
these are the people who gamble a lot, and to keep them there, they give them free tickets in hopes that they will come to the show, and while they're there, they're going to gamble some more.
Yeah.
Or that's why they give the high rollers hotel rooms and meal
Right.
vouchers. Because
Right.
they're like, okay, you're going to eat here, you're going to sleep here. And like, oh, at 2:00 in the morning, I think you're going to go gamble some more.
Yeah. Like you
So-
want them to feel like they're getting some value out of their money, even though they're
Exactly.
losing constantly.
And that's what I didn't realize until I started going to some things with high rollers. And I was like, yes. So yeah, they're giving you this $600 hotel room, but you're spending more than that
Right.
in
Right.
gambling. So
And it's
they
more of
are
an
coming
ego
out
thing.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're pampering to your ego.
And now you're just like, oh, I've wasted all this money, but at least I get a free show.
Yeah. So you don't feel
So-
totally let out.
I feel that sometimes at these casino shows, there's a lot of like an older generation of people
Yes.
or other ones that are there that may not give two shits about this guy, but are
Yes.
like, I've heard of this guy. I'm going to come and watch his show.
I want to be entertained.
At
Be
one point in the show, he did like a faster version of Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely. And I kind of felt like an old person, like, oh my gosh. I don't know.
No, for sure, because it was like sped up, and that was
Yeah, and I was like, this is kind of weird.
Yeah.
So that one was a little bit weird.
Was not a fan. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Shall we?
Okay.
Okay.
You know what? Let's do the pictures, and then maybe
Okay.
we'll see how far we get, and then maybe we'll do the song list in the tomorrow's episode, the next week episode.
Oh,
Do
okay.
they do? I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
Okay. So here, this outfit was nice. He had leather pants.
Leather pants on a musician can be really weird because they can be like very whenever they walk around, and you're just like,
I'm sorry.
But we can't hear that.
I saw like some bagginess, like not the good bagginess.
Because they were not tight leather pants.
They were not tight leather pants.
So he's also wearing a white shirt, and he's wearing kind of like a bomber jacket, kind of like a pilot maybe.
Yeah,
I feel
like
he had
Maverick.
these aviator glasses and stuff. So that was the thing.
I was thinking of that Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, Top Gun. Yeah, totally. Top Gun, yeah.
He did another costume change. He had black pants, white jacket.
This is a terrible photo. Do I have to cry?
These are all, I have really bad photos. So we'll show Sophia's. I'm sure they're better. This is Zoo. He is his guitar guy. So when he goes and does like solo things with just like one guitar person, he'll come.
How come Zoo has blonde hair and Nick Carter doesn't?
It's like a brownish.
What
blonde.
is this?
I'm telling you that my pictures were garbage. So yes. All right. So let's get out of this because this was after the show. So let's go to Sophia's picture.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I was saying, like we saw no one in the lobby. Then after the show, we saw everyone.
Okay.
So then we took photos with everyone.
Angles. See, Sophia's pictures are better. Like here.
Yeah, this was
you
a
could
good
see
spot.
The crowd.
It was an amazing spot.
Very nice. So yeah, so there he is. He was a big fan of his sunglasses.
He wears his sunglasses, and that's a good one.
That's a good one. Yes, for sure. So yeah, so they're in his different outfits, and you can see all the stage and all the.
Yeah, I was like, these are like some pretty cool colors. Let me take a whole bunch.
There was like a lot of fun projected things.
Yes.
On the walls. Swirls. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I need more like.
Yes, and then the next ones are videos.
Are they all videos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
I need more beefcake in my show.
Which is fair.
Okay, so then afterwards, here we are in the lobby, and suddenly we saw everyone. So it's G and her cousin. Is it her cousin? Jay?
Friend.
Oh, they're friends? Okay, so we used to do a lot of stuff in Toronto with them. We have not seen her in years. Like, she said she hasn't
done she hadn't done that like 10 years.
Pandemic, 5 years, 5 or 6 years. And then Tara and Mel, so she's actually from Newfoundland. Then there's Diane. And then Lydia
and then we saw you guys and we were like, oh, photobomb. But then it was too late. And then we were like, again, take it again.
Oh no, this one's blurry. I'm so sad.
Got double
another
eyeballs.
one of these girls. Oh, okay.
What's my
What is happening to your eye? I don't know.
Jesus. Okay.
There's Kyla. Oh my gosh, I forget her name, and I see her all the time, and she's so nice.
It's with an S, but I don't remember.
Oh shoot.
Simran.
I think the last we saw her in Ottawa, and then we also saw her in Toronto. And then there's some other.
I know it's with an S, but I forget.
There's Matt. Some other people. So. Lydia's eye is hilarious in this
Amazing.
picture.
I look drunk.
God. My mind is blanking out right now. Nikki is obviously there, so I haven't seen Nikki in a while. Well, actually, I did see Nikki in a while. I saw her in Nashville. It was really funny. She's like, I never see you in Canada. I only see you when we're like in the middle of an ocean or something like that. So yeah, so Nikki Toronto.
That's fair.
Yes. Lydia, what are you doing?
Why are you taking these nasty ass pictures?
She wasn't ready. Wasn't ready.
Here's Jody from Michigan. There's Leslie, friend Leslie.
Friend
Leslie's here, yes.
Okay.
That
was when she was humping you or something like that.
She came from behind. I was like, what is happening right now?
As a joke. I guess she was drunk. I don't know.
Then there's
even if she wasn't drunk, she's having a good time.
I believe her name is Alex. My mind is blanking as well. But yeah, so fun. We have met her a bunch of times in 2019. So it was very nice to see her again. These are Leslie's friends. And I don't know everybody's name. Then I ran into Mel. So Mel was there too. She's also from the Toronto area. So she was at the Erin event that we went to at Big Slice, remember?
In
Way
Buffalo?
back in the day. No, she was at the Toronto one. So it was
Oh.
like a thing. So that was good. Yeah, so there's that. And then I walked Diane back to her thing and we came back. And we finally saw Mike because I've been trying to see Mike for ages. Those who don't know, Mike is Nick's bodyguard. So he was walking by. So we're like, hey, buddy, selfie. And Lydia's like, hey. And then after he left, Lydia's like, who is that guy? We're like, it's Mike. So Mike is like literally one of my favorite bodyguards.
Yeah, he's one of the best ones.
Like Q obviously was the best, but he passed
Rest
away.
in peace, Q.
That's why I say one of the best.
Yeah,
ones.
so Mike is amazing. Love him. He always looks out for us. He's a good guy.
very nice. He hugged us. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't
for sure.
expect to be hugged.
Yeah, for sure. But what I like is when you can see the recognition in the eyes where they know who
Yes.
you are. I know that's probably not a good thing if the security knows you, but like Mike's a good guy. Mike is a good guy, so love Mike. So yeah, so then after that,
He knows we're not crazy.
yes, for sure. So he
I
is.
guess.
It's so funny though. If you watch him in the middle of the concert, he is like
Yes.
in the zone, like he knows, and
As
he's
it
actually,
should be.
which is because his job obviously is to protect Nick, but it's also to protect us as well. So like to make sure that
From
other crazy
Shrapnel?
So then we're like,
from,
wow, he
like-
doesn't have fun at all. Like, you can just tell, like, he's always in the zone.
He has like a very serious face, and he's like literally like during a concert, I don't even see your faces. I just see your like, because he's like focusing on everything, and he's like head of security, so he kind of like does stuff. So
He's good at his job.
he is excellent at his job. Great guy.
Wow.
Yes.
Love him.
I need
Anyways,
a bodyguard.
so this is the actual fountain that was at Fallsview Casino, and it used to actually be a
That was
fountain,
amazing.
and it would have for years and years and years. Then I guess it just stopped working.
Maybe they're waiting for Christmas to add the
So
decoration.
then, no, but now they decorated instead of it being a fountain. Like
Tomfoolery.
it used to
is
go
what it
off
is.
every like 15 minutes or hour or whatever, and have a big like water show.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to say this. Capitalism has ruined fountains. Okay? Every single mall used to have a fountain, and now no fountains.
Okay.
I want the fountains back.
All right, bring back the fountains.
Bring back the fountains.
Says
Okay.
Lydia. So I'm wondering though, because this was November 10th. So in Canada, November 11th is Remembrance Day. So that's when
We usually don't
obviously
do
remember
anything. You have to wait until after 3 p.m. on November 11th to start doing Christmas.
Christmas stuff, right? So people like
Out
to
of
show respect for our
Veterans.
military and veterans and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's probably why nothing was happening here. So maybe they were starting. If we go this week, it's probably going to be all decorated.
Maybe.
But
Maybe.
yes. So that was that. So then we decided we would go down the escalator and go out to see if we could get to the hotel faster that way. That was incorrect. Wrong way. But anyways, here's us.
But we saw the colorful fall.
That's the
and we're
falls
gonna take a
behind us.
photo.
Yes.
And then when we got to our hotel, we're like, oh, we didn't even have to wait there. We could have just sat on the balcony.
Just looked on the balcony and saw the falls from our hotel.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna stop sharing right now.
So then it was the time we got
So now
home.
it's probably about 2
2
a.m.
2 a.m.
So Lydia has this habit.
Very good habit.
That when we go to hotels, she likes to check for bed bugs.
Always good to check.
It's
You never know.
fair. It's
So-
a good habit.
Holds up. She's never seen a bed bug, but she's always gonna look for it.
I'm going to look for something.
So she was all like, la di da di da. Oh, even though I'm half asleep and I'm tired, I've been tired all night, I'm gonna go look for bed bugs. Oop, nothing on this corner. Oop, nothing. Ah!
I freaked out. There was, because the bed bug they tell you is about the size and color of an apple seed. And
At first, I saw you were joking, and then we all looked at it, and they're like, okay, there is a bug.
There's a bug. There's a
Let me
bug.
see if I can find that. I did not post this picture online. But
You
let me
should
see
have
if I
posted the
can
picture
find
online.
it.
Freaking roast them over the coals. Anyway, so we went down at 2 a.m. saying like, hey, there's a bed bug. And then we had a bit of a disagreement with the
Okay.
receptionist because apparently
Okay, I'm going to show you. Here it is, if you can see it.
that's the bug that
It was quite large. That's the seam of the mattress.
Yep.
So that is the bug.
There's the bug. Okay. So
Quite big. I
apparently
would say probably about the length of my fingernail, kind of. It was quite large.
It was pretty gross. And I was like, ah! And I was like, hey, there's a bug in my mattress. Not super happy about that. And then she's like, don't worry, it's not a bed bug. It's just a beetle. And I'm just like, there is a bug in my mattress. And she's like, oh, maybe downgrade you to a shittier room with smaller beds and cubes on the mattress. And I said, no thanks.
She did not say
how
like
it
that.
went. That was not how it went. So we were in a room that had 2 queen beds. But as Lydia had stated previously, my mom's knee was really fucked up and she was in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
So she was passed out when we came back. And
hooked up to sleep apnea.
She was like already there, right? So then she was like, oh, my legs. So anyway, so we're like, Lydia's like, okay, we're gonna go check it out. And they're like, she's like, we would like to be moved to another room that has 2 queen beds. And they're like, there are no more rooms, but we have rooms that have 2 double beds. And then they're like, and then Lydia and Sophia are like, we're gonna sleep on the floor. We're not sleeping on the floor. And then
to be fair, before we found out it's a beetle, you don't want to bring bed bugs home.
No.
If it was a bed bug.
Absolutely.
Fair enough.
Absolutely.
Yes, that is 100%.
So that's the only reason why I was like on Lydia's side.
Thank you.
Because I do not want to bring bed bugs home.
Me neither.
Fair enough.
But then we had
she's
seen the other beds at the other room and we're like, the beetle is our best bed.
So this hotel was kind of like part hotel, part motel.
Not
motel, quality in. Anyways.
With no quality.
She's like, we could get 2 doubles. Lydia's like, before I agree to this, I would like to see the room. And she's like, sure. It is outdoors. So she's like, but it's also on the ground level because there was no elevators in the outdoor area. And so she didn't want mom's knee to get whatever. So we go to this murdery area and go inside. And from a distance, it looked fine. Then Lydia started pulling up those ones and they were just like stained. And apparently, I did not see this, but apparently one of the sides had pubes on it.
It was dusty with pubes.
How did the pubes got to the head of the bed? I don't want to know. But, and it also like the bed frame was made for a queen bed. So there was these metal things that were jutting out.
Yeah.
So Lydia basically had a nervous breakdown called Kenny.
Yes, called Kenny. Got advice from Kenny.
Very nice man.
Calmed her down. I feel like he calmed you down a lot.
He did.
He's like, this is a beetle. It is fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
So then we decided we would go back to our room and figure out what we wanted to do. So we got back up there and the bug was still there. So I took the plastic bag from the ice bucket and I collected the bug without touching it. And then they were like, we're fucking tired and we don't want to be here. And
the lady again was like, yep, that's a beetle.
So we brought it down to her. She's like, well, we'll have to.
I don't want to touch it. You think I want to fucking touch it? Like, I'm just fucking sleeping with the enemy here. Get the shit out of here.
So I'm like, I will sleep in the bug section. And they're like, you sleep with mom. Sophia can sleep on the other side. And then you're just like, ah! I'm like, you guys are not sleeping on the floor.
So then I had to negotiate breakfast.
So when I booked the room, I only put 2, and it was because normally you don't care, but they gave us a stupid little card for breakfast, but only for 2 people, and there was 4 of us. So Lydia's like, do we get a discount for our inconvenience? And then whatever.
No.
And then she's like, you could talk to the manager tomorrow, maybe, but probably not. And she's like, can we have at least 4 breakfasts? And she's like, okay, sure.
So I'm like,
she's
okay,
like, fine. We will accept the 4 breakfasts.
Accept the 4 breakfasts. And they didn't even check our card. And I'm just like, you bastards.
Yeah.
So anyways, then we finally decided to go to sleep. So that is the end of day 1.
So all in all, quite the adventure.
Quite the adventure, yes, indeed.
Yes.
So there we are. So we're at the hour mark. So I guess we will have day 2 as a second episode.
We'll have day 2 as a second
See,
episode.
I knew that could happen.
That's what I said too. And she's like, no, there's not enough to talk about. Lies.
Well, we went on a lot of tangents. So
that's normal for us. So it's all
good.
It
is normal for us. So appreciate you guys. Check us out next week, unless we have anything breaking that might come between this episode and the next one. But for the most part, I don't know why I'm a robot.
I guess that's dividing. The robot is dividing between episodes.
Sure it is. So this was so this was the first day of the Nick Carter Niagara show, which was November 10th, 2023. So
join us next week when we talk about November 11th, 2023.
Day 2 of the Nick Carter Who Am I tour.
Got it.
Yes.
Is that right?
Okay, yes. So thanks for taking a break with us, guys.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.